Today on Lulz, a lot of pressing issues like, did Brick advance a second place team to the Best Ball Mania semifinals? We're going to hit on Barstool's new deal with Netflix. I've seen a lot of conversation about that. We have updates in the prediction market space. And Massachusetts actually just made a new ruling as of a couple hours ago on some rules for sportsbooks as it pertains to limiting sports bettors. Sounds like a classic edition of Lulz to me. I'm Pete with Brick. Let's do it.
Does he think? I think he thinks this. He thinks this is a go. Vegas Dave thinks this is a go.
Hot naked girls doing yoga.
What?
Why don't you just win like a man?
Random.org. Type in 1 for yes, 2 for no, and let the DFS gods pick for you.
And I'm absolutely begging you not to dupe us. Please don't dupe us. All right. What is up, Brian? We didn't have a show last week. I was traveling. Next week is Christmas. We got to make the most of these lull shows we can get in right now.
Oh yeah. At least we got some news to talk about.
Yeah, actually, yeah, all kinds of stuff. I will say right off the top, and we don't have to launch into it. I don't know if the word bored is right, but just like the flood of prediction market news, like over and over, it's almost like white noise at this point. Like nothing stands out from the rest of the stuff to me.
That's kind of true. It is getting, I wonder if that's part of their strategy. Because it doesn't make any sense. I just saw one where the Kalshi said they're doing NCAA bet.
Yes,
betting.
I wanted to talk about that one.
Yeah. And I was like, what are they doing? Like they're trying, it's like they're trying to antagonize all these other powerful entities. And the more I think about, like, there's no 4D chess, it's just tech bros who don't know what they're getting into, and they're gonna get fucking slammed.
Yeah, that one to me, of all the things, don't you feel like this is like the most brazen one yet? As far as like, okay, you offer parlays, you're at your glorified sports betting, yada yada. This is the official thing. Kalshi filed the notice with the CFTC that it intends to offer trading on the transfer portal, prompting the NCAA to say it vehemently opposes college sports prediction markets.
Right. Yeah, and I don't get it. Like, how much are they making? How much can they possibly be making from some of these? Polymarket too. Like, I know Kalshi has a different fee structure. So like the buyer pays more and the market maker pays a lower vig.
Yeah.
But it can't be that much that they're going to make off this market compared to the amount of pushback they're going to get from the NCAA and who knows who else.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, this one, you want to talk about just ripe for insider trading, manipulation.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't care about that personally, but I get why people would be, but yeah.
Well, I mean, but you care about it through the lens of this just draws more and more unnecessary attention on you and makes regulators want to tighten down on this more than they might otherwise.
Yeah, that's why I care. Like, I think you should be allowed to bet on the WWE. I don't care.
Sure.
It's so completely rigged. I'm sure there's someone there who knows who's going to win and goes and bets on it, but I don't give a shit if it's rigged.
But this feels like the answer to a question no one was asking. Like, who's asking to be able to bet on the transfer portal? Like, is this really going to be some huge liquid market for them where this is a worthwhile endeavor? Like, you cannot tell me the juice is worth the squeeze on this one from a regulation standpoint.
No, that's why it's like either 4D chess or complete incompetence. I don't think there's an in between on this one.
Yeah.
And the incompetence, I think, would be like, oh, let's be the first to market for college, right? They're just being tech bros.
Yeah. I'm imagining like the snake eating its own tail of some college transfer portal guy, and he's getting paid as like an influencer from Kalshi. He's got the little Kalshi badge in his X profile, and then does like a live LeBron James-esque reveal on where he is transferring to, and you have everybody tuning in, and you got the live odds up there. Yeah, I mean,
He's wearing a Kalshi hat. He takes the Kalshi hat off and puts on Ohio State or whatever.
Or the ultimate twist, he goes to the Poly Market hat right there. Just the ultimate betrayal.
Oh, did I send it to you? Or did you send it to me? The life insurance one where they're they're, you know what they're doing with the prediction market. We just said how bored we're getting prediction markets, but still talking about it. The prediction markets is doing the Bitcoin thing where the hype propaganda is so big, it's the Bitcoin fixes this thing. Right?
Yes.
Doesn't matter what it is. Bitcoin fixes it, right? Yeah. They're starting to do that. Or maybe they've been doing it, and now I'm just paying attention with prediction markets. It's like Bitcoin, prediction markets fixes healthcare. Prediction markets fixes insurance. It's like, okay, I don't know. We're pushing it here, fellas.
Yeah, is this the tweet, the one with the Robinhood guy?
Yeah, does he say it in there? I can't really read it.
It says some people have already started to realize that using prediction markets can be cheaper than conventional fire, flood, and hurricane insurance.
Right.
This does feel like the, in the utopia version of society, everyone is just, sending sats back and forth to each other to pay for everything, where it's like, conceptually, I understand the point he's making. But in practice, that's never going to happen and never going to be realistic for the people who actually need insurance.
It's kind of like the NFT boom a little bit, where we got wrapped up in it. Let's be honest. I still think there's a lot of cool stuff to it, but like the NFT one was the smart contracts, right?
Oh yeah,
and
blockchain too, yeah,
and things like that could be built off of NFTs. And I still think that is cool, and I hope somebody pulls something out. A rabbit out of their hat with one of those that helps the world. But of course, it didn't, so far has not turned out that great.
Yeah.
And about 99% of our investments are, gone, evaporated to thin air. But I mean, technically he's right. I mean, that's all an insurance company is you're paying and giving them a VIG on, and their hope is that the catastrophe never strikes, and your hope is that they pay you out if it does.
Right. I mean, I think I referenced this before, but like in that book, Super Forecasters by Tetlock, like he uses an example of like a farmer, who's very dependent on specific rainfall and weather patterns to be able to have the harvest and maintain his business, and using prediction market type stuff as a hedge against his own business. Like saying, hey, there won't be this amount of rainfall in Venezuela or wherever the hell it is, because that's how he protects and just locks in the profit he needs to maintain his business. Like those are real life use cases.
Yeah. I remember that. That was genius. Yeah, for sure. The problem with this is like, well, like, how can Peter Overzet make this market liquid enough to cover the damages for your home or whatever and all your valuables?
No.
I mean, I don't know the size of that. Like, and how can you prove it? Like, of course there's going to be a lot of fraud, especially since it's like international companies, I believe. That's like how the market is. How the hell are they going to pull that off? But in theory, just like NFT smart contracts, very cool idea that could technically work, because that would be so much better than insurance companies, because insurance companies are so heavily regulated. And I think I've told this story, like one of my million bosses when I was working for the Capitol, she oversaw 5 different agencies, and one of them was in the insurance agency. And as soon as the Democrats lost the election, she was going to lose her job. And she had a job before the day after the election with, guess who? the National Insurance Association.
Yep.
The thing she was supposed to be overseeing and regulating. Anyways,
how many? You want to talk about many such cases, right? Like the amount of stuff of like between like the lobbyists and those interests, and then the second they're out of the government or whatever, there's a job waiting for them.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. This would, in theory, fuck those insurance companies, right? Where you
Right.
you would have literally millions of people willing to bid on fire insurance. In theory, like if this worked the way this guy thinks, Vlad thinks it wasn't Vlad. Like during this show is getting so long, Pete. We're having multiple storylines for these celebrities. Vlad is the Robin Hood guy. He was the villain, like during
GameStop
COVID.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, because they shut down the trading when they were doing the GameStop short squeeze play when regular people were making money. This is the fucking they were talking about him going to jail. Now we're doing this, huh?
Incredible.
Yeah.
I love too that the guy from Robin Hood up here with a a PowerPoint showing rain in Houston in December of 2025 is just no, but I do think the comparisons to like even before NFTs, like the crypto boom, and to where the Bitcoin one really is. It's like we have the buzzword. We know this can balloon valuations. It can pull in people. It's marketing. It's pure marketing, and everyone is leaning into it. It doesn't mean there isn't a kernel of truth to it. It doesn't mean in some use cases, but the way it's being sold as this magic wand over every solution in society is pretty rich.
Yeah, prediction markets fix this. It's like identical. I mean, it is, and this is just one of them. That's why I said it too. It's been. I've seen what was another one. I can't remember, but it was pretty ridiculous. Pretty ridiculous. Like, Bitcoin fix or prediction markets fix schooling, or something like that. It's like I don't know. I think guys. Like that though is better marketing than the college going after sports betting in general. I think I've been saying that was a bad idea. They better be ready for it. And then adding in this NCAA stuff is really risky.
And that's been like the last, wall of defense for people trying to maintain integrity in sports. It's like, whatever, do all the gambling and pro sports, but like college, that's where we draw the line. That's where we're, worried about stuff. It obviously took forever for college athletes to even get paid, the whole student athlete thing. And it's like, just don't touch that with this prediction market stuff, because that's where people are going to get really upset. It's so normalized in pro sports that whatever. But yeah, I just feel like this puts an unnecessary spotlight on things.
It totally does. I can't explain it. I would love to hear Kalshi's reasoning for that, like real reasoning. Right. My guess is it's probably just incompetence, tech bro stuff. But who knows?
Right. And because you start to go down the line, it's like, okay, well, the states are mad at you, right? The Indian reservations in California are mad at you. Okay. And now you have the entire NCAA mad at you. Like, you rile up enough people and eventually, the Hornets are going to all band together and sting back, right? Like that just feels inevitable.
And all they need is like one government relations person who has experience to be like, guys, this is like a really heavily regulated market with a lot of powerful interest groups. Some people me and Pete follow on Twitter. They're pretty hardcore. And like, you don't want to mess with this. Like, all it takes is just hiring one guy to tell them that. I'd be surprised if they don't have that person, or they just have so many hired guns. And they're telling them, just go full steam ahead. Go. We got it. Maybe those are other options, but I don't know. It does make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. I just saw this tweet came across my timeline from John Aguiar, used to work at DraftKings. He says, I see a lot of comparisons of prediction markets to DFS in the early stages around 2013. Couldn't be more wrong. The DFS industry was incredibly circumspect in its early days between offerings, no single game, design games to maximize skill, and carefully worded marketing. Kalshi runs ads on IG with an image of Tom Brady that says legal sports gambling in 50 states, 18 plus. That is like an interesting thing of like the brazen nature of some of these Kalshi stuff and marketing. And it speaks to the transfer portal thing too, where like DFS was just like delicately trying to tiptoe and be like, just let us be, please don't squash us.
And I said this a couple weeks ago. DFS has the legacy of just fantasy football.
True.
That sports betting has the opposite. Like, that's like, ooh, icky sports betting to your average normie. So it was even easier for DFS to go like your brother plays fantasy football, your son plays fantasy football. Yeah, that's true. Maybe we should legalize it. Like even better than poker, even though everyone knew someone who played poker. Poker still had a little of the ick, the 80s ick on it, where these guys, that's what they should have been doing is the prediction markets fix this angle, and we're polling, we're this. I mean, that's what I would have done, but maybe they know better.
Yeah, and it's also at the point too where you can roll your eyes at it, but now it's honestly just a matter of survival for any sports book, right? Like if you like take some stand on this of like, we're not going to play this game, well, you're going to die because these people are going to round up way more market share of customers before you.
Yeah, and it answers something we talked about before, which was the sports betting thing. And people in the comments on our show were saying, like, well, they got to pay for lobbyists now. They have to fight these legal battles. They just had to do it. They had to pull the trigger on sports betting. And it's like, yeah, that makes sense. But I think the Kalshi NCAA thing shows that that's not what they were doing. I think they just don't give a shit. Like, they think they're legal and they have the license, the CFTC license, and they're going full speed ahead.
Well, that's an interesting thing. Like the dynamic that you just described where it's like, Kalshi and them, like the sports books are now leveraging the path that these prediction markets, the big two, have basically forged for them, and then using that to kind of operate their business. But if the big two are moving too fast or being too brazen, that could ruin it for all of the other sports books who have basically said, okay, this is our model. Like, this is the way we have to go. Like, you could have trickle down effects that just blow up an entire industry.
Yeah. I guess DraftKings wins either way, right?
Probably as the first mover, and they would be fine, right? If all prediction market stuff went away, they would be completely fine.
They would be fine. And if prediction markets take off, they're probably fine too.
Yeah. Because they've hedged.
They've hedged, and they have the player base. I think that player base is so huge. That's why Robinhood is trying to get more and more, because they have the player base essentially, right? They have all the accounts with people in their money. People don't want to transfer their money to go somewhere else. So any of these big companies that have active bettors, investors, whatever you want to call it, crypto bros, etc., are positioned much better. As like you saw with Penn, right? You saw with the ESPN bet and stuff. They just couldn't. They tried. They spent billions. They couldn't do it. If they had the DraftKings player base, I bet the Barstool brand would have been just fine, because they would have had the player base there, and then they would have had the marketing on top of it.
For sure. Speaking of Barstool, did you see all the chatter about this big Netflix paying Barstool 8 figures per year as they are going to bring, I think it's like a trio of podcasts under the Barstool network, including Pardon My Take, and the video is going to be Netflix exclusive, so no longer on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I don't listen to Barstool like regularly. I've seen clips and stuff.
Yeah.
So I personally don't care, but it seems like a lot of people are pretty upset about it. I don't get it entirely. Pete, what do you think about it?
No, that's why I wanted to talk about it. I'm the same as you. I'm not a listener. I'll see the occasional clip on X. If Big Cat's referencing, say, a Davis Maddock tweet, then that might come across my timeline.
I think he's funny. From what I see on his clips, he seems funny.
Well, remember, speaking of like the lore of stuff we covered, and this was, what was it, like 6 months ago when he was outed as having been born and rooting for the Patriots, and everyone was upset at him.
Yeah. And then went to school in Wisconsin. Yeah.
Yeah. So like the big debate that I saw on Twitter was this idea of like Barstool selling out or something, and that they're selling out some of their fans, who are, YouTube exclusive stuff. And to me, that felt so silly, because I just feel like if you are a fan of a podcast, you are going to go seek that out, wherever it is. And I also think kind of like even the level of entitlement to like, I should just have free content that is on my YouTube channel, available to me whenever I want, is just like a weird sense of entitlement to me. And I think any of their true fans are going to either happily already have Netflix and change their viewing habits to go watch a show they love, or they'll buy Netflix. And that's, I'm sure, part of the thesis for Netflix and acquiring them. I guess I just like this idea that they're leaving 10% of their fans behind. I'm like, no. You're not a fan if you're not going to go follow them over to Netflix. You were never that big of a fan.
Definitely. Yeah. I don't get it from Netflix angle either. Like, how many people are sitting on Netflix, like browsing for podcasts, like entertainment? Maybe there is more than I think. Like, I go on Netflix for like something specific usually.
Yeah.
Or like like a Christmas movie. Oh, let's see what Christmas movies they have or something.
Yeah. I think another part of it, and if I'm, I agree. Like, I don't know, like video sports podcasts on Netflix. Like, I don't know, when I'm logging into Netflix, it's because I'm going to watch reality TV with Lauren, or there's a show we know. But I will say, like, you can't deny that even though both algorithms, like YouTube has a good algorithm, Netflix, there's a level of curation to the Netflix experience that is way more of like a monoculture, hyper curated experience. You log in, you see the top 10 shows for today. You see the top 10 things that you might like. There's something about it that feels more served on a platter than logging into YouTube and there's like, you're getting pulled in a million directions and a million suggestions. So I do think, like, if you're going to acknowledge that some people on YouTube are no longer going to see them, I also do think there's going to be some people on Netflix who weren't aware of them, who will get served this up under their interest because you watched the quarterback documentary. Therefore, you might like listening to two bros talk about football in a fun and entertaining manner. Right. Like, I do think that stuff could be offsetting.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. I guess that makes sense for Netflix from that perspective too. Like, it's just a little bit of value. 8 figures is probably not a lot to them. But yeah, I don't know. To me, I don't see like that's how I would watch that show. Like, I've probably watched like 1 or 2. Yeah. Is they were talking about the Bears, and probably because I've clicked on Bears stuff, it popped up, and I'm like, oh, what did they say about Caleb? Because, and then I watch one. That's it.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm watching them as a non-fan.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing that's funny to me is that, like the comments there, like, you just lost, they call themselves AWL's award-winning listeners. You just lost an award-winning listener. It's like, again, you didn't care about the show that much. Do you know who you're losing? You're losing the casual person who YouTube just serves up one of their podcasts because they're browsing and YouTube serves it up, and they're not even subscribed to the channel, but because the algorithm kind of knows, and you get passively suggested a video. Those are the people you're losing. You're losing the fair weather, the casual fans. The diehard fans are going to go over and watch you wherever you are. That's what a diehard fan is. So I just object to this thing that they're losing their fan base. They weren't your fan base in the first place if they're not paying or interested in following where you're putting out content.
Yeah. Okay. No, I think that's true. I mean, this is a completely different world we live in, but the only experience I had was Howard Stern back in the day when he went over to satellite. Yeah. And I just stopped listening to him. Yeah. I'm not paying. Sorry. I like him, but.
And I feel like that should be the case. Like, let the meritocracy or whatever win out. Like, if people are compelled to pay for it, then they'll go pay for it. Or if the barrier of entry is too high, then they won't. And I think there's been experiments with some of these other sites or whatever where it's way too big of a hassle. But I would just argue that Netflix is such a normalized thing for people now. And so many people have Netflix accounts. Like, this isn't like going to some random, I don't know, what's a random street with Kick? True Social. I don't know wherever they're going where it's like, holy shit, you're asking a lot of me to continue watching. It's like, no, you're just going to watch it on one device instead of another.
Right. Yeah. Like, even Twitch from YouTube is like a bridge too far for me sometimes. Like, okay, I'm going to stream on Twitch. It's like, yeah, all right, then I'm not going to watch.
Yeah. Well, that's why I kind of like, I've been every video podcast I do on YouTube now. I upload the video to Spotify, whether it's Lulz, Ship Chasing, any of my stuff. And I love how they have kind of married the experience of watching video with the podcast thing. And I think about like use cases of, you're at home or you're eating breakfast or whatever, and you pull up the video, but then you got to get in the car and you plug in the aux cable and you still have the podcast functionality. You're in Spotify, you're pausing, and then you get to your appointment, you're sitting there waiting. I go back to the video, and then I'm back in the car doing some chores, and then I'm back to podcast, where I do think that experience is a little less fluid with, say, Netflix. That idea of like the marriage of like podcasts on the go, there's a signaling of this is appointment television. This is sitting down to watch it. Like, I don't associate Netflix with multitasking in the way I think a lot of people associate podcast and YouTube with.
Do you think Netflix is trying to compete with YouTube maybe down the road, or
For
Spotify
sure.
even?
For sure. I mean, they're going to fucking buy the entire, what is it? The Warner Brothers, that they're part of that.
Or is Warner Brothers buying them? Or is it, no, Netflix buying Warner Brothers?
Yeah. Netflix buying. Yeah. No, I think Netflix clearly sees, YouTube as its biggest competitor.
They're definitely, they are. It's a tension economy. Yeah. No, good. I want some competition.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I guess I'm still like a lot of the people who were upset too, where I'm like, these are businesses. Like, isn't it in the right for these?
Yeah.
They have to figure out, how can we make the most money while staying true to the content that we want to make, right? Like, to me, selling out is this idea of your content completely changes for the money you're getting. Like, I almost refuse to believe that a changing of a medium or a platform can signal selling out. Like, I can't wrap my head around that.
I was just gonna say something similar. Yeah, it was like the sellout, you're a sellout, comments. It looked like they were getting in a lot of those tweet threads, and it's like that's not sellout. Like, it seems like people will throw the term sellout, like you're not doing free content for me anymore. You're a sellout. Like, what?
Yeah.
You're not servicing me for free forever. You're a sellout now. It's like, what do you want me to fucking do for? What else do you want me to do for you, asshole? It's like a sellout is like Rage Against the Machine selling their song to Apple for a commercial. They're betraying their principles for a call, whatever. I'm just using an example, but I mean, like, that's more of a, like, they're just doing their show on a different platform and someone's paying them. You think they should just work for free forever for you?
Right. Yeah. It's like, Josh says, we are in the golden age of whining, which it really is so true. Like, really what it all boils down to is you are whining because you're going to be slightly inconvenienced, or your habits have to slightly change.
Yeah.
I had someone, I was doing the Friday show, and I don't know, I think it just stuck out to me because I hadn't seen a comment like it forever. With Shit My Money and JM, and someone was like, ads on a video in 2025. And I ignored it. But at the time, I'm just like, you know what? I like you guys and I like DFS content and stuff, but I'm not doing this for free. Like, I do make my living in large part from YouTube memberships and YouTube ad revenue. And just this idea that this guy was offended that an ad that helps pay me to do these shows that you get to watch for free was upsetting to him, or somehow an offensive thing to do. And I'm like, I can't help you out, brother.
Did he just wake up from a coma or something? What?
I was like, I've been running ads on my videos for years.
Ads have been on YouTube for a long time, my friend.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say to Josh, like, luckily prediction markets fix this. They fix all of it. So we'll be fine. We'll be totally Barstool, Netflix, the whining. All will be fixed.
It's also interesting, the relationship fans have with audiences, specifically podcasts, which I do think lend themselves to, for a lack of a better word, like a more intimate relationship. People feel like they know podcast hosts. There's this element of listening to them in their head. People, or at least fan bases, are generally pretty excited for the creators and hosts when, like, they make big moves or you get a sponsorship or something. Like, they view your success as part of their success and they help supported you to get you to that point. But it's so funny when you're as big as Barstool and PMT and that being like one of the biggest podcasts, it almost like the dynamic switches where no one's like, holy shit, you guys are going to get paid 8 figures a year to be on Netflix. Like, if I just zoom out, I'm like, whoa, that's fucking cool. Like, you made it. That podcast made it. You're on the biggest streaming platform on the earth. But now it's just like, now you fucking inconvenience me. And I hate you now because I can't watch you on YouTube. I'm like, whoa, I thought you were a fan. What's going on?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I hope Elon ramps up that. I don't know if you noticed, but you could see the country of origin now.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. If you click on the guy's year joined, it'll show what country he's joined from and where he's currently connected to. I hope he ramps that up some more and gets some more bot technology. I have a feeling 25-30% at least of these comments are like basically not real human beings. Maybe eventually he can add IQ, like an IQ estimate. It's like 87. It's like, got it. Okay.
What if you had like, now you got my wheels turning, like in addition to IQ, I want like a few sliding scales. Like I want to see where you rate on the rage bait index, like, or like on the troll index. There has to be some formula where it's like the amount of replies to certain posts in certain words that trigger anger or sarcasm or whatever. Yeah. And then on the creator side, like how many times you ask questions or whatever you could just click and you could see a quick profile of sliders of like, oh, this is a king, engagement farmer / rage baiter.
For sure. Yeah. It's like the Chinese social credit score, but for Twitter.
For Twitter,
like everyone
exactly.
gets a number.
Yeah,
it would be fantastic. I'm all for it.
Yeah. Speaking of that, have you noticed the following page on X is now completely busto? They are serving up stuff for you style, like out of order, whatever the fuck they want, as opposed to the reverse chronological that it always was in the following. Have you had this happen to you yet?
I just have hot chicks up and down my no.
All the hot chicks look the same. It doesn't matter if they're coming from the following or the for you.
No, I haven't. I never really paid attention to the time. Let's see, 23, 12 hours, 3 hours, 1 hour, 21 hours. Yeah, it's not in order.
Yeah. And I mean, that was supposed to be that, people be like, my For You page is a bunch of slop. And then people be like, yeah, just use the following or create your list. Well, now the following thing doesn't even work.
Somebody just said you could sort, but I think you did that, right, Pete?
They say you could what?
The comment there.
You need to hit the caret drop down next to following and sort from popular to recent. Will this carry over to my... oh God, I hope when I click this, I don't have a bunch of naked girls up here. Let's see here.
As Levitan said, you have the most virgin For You page on the internet. I think you'll be all right.
All right. Hey, you need to hit the caret drop down next to following. Where's the caret?
Yeah, I can't find it on mine either.
I don't know. Where's this caret you speak of? Also, the main place that I view Twitter is I have the tweet deck up because that's where I like seeing the stream of news. Mm-hmm. And so that's where it's really been annoying because you can't, real-time events happening. Like, oh, let me see people's takes on this play or whatever.
Yeah, that's
and then it's all over. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see the carrot. I'm sure it's here somewhere, but
yes. I didn't get a chance to see the Donald Trump speech last night. Did you watch it?
I didn't, but I think we're not going to war.
But that was the rumor, right? He was going to declare war on Venezuela.
That's all I really cared about. And so far, so good.
Yeah.
What do you do? Take marijuana off the Schedule C or whatever?
I honestly didn't.
I didn't watch your page there.
I actually my feed. What has my feed been dominated by? Oh, my feed has been dominated by the astrophysicist from MIT who was murdered in his home in Brookline, Massachusetts, which isn't too far from me. Did you hear about this guy?
No. Oh wait, was he like a nuclear physicist or something?
Yes.
Yeah, I did. That's iffy. That's
very iffy.
He was like on fission, like cold. Wasn't working on like fusion or something.
Plasma Science and Fusion Center, and he was working on creating a virtually limitless clean energy source on Earth, one that doesn't produce carbon or radioactive waste. So all of a sudden, you have a guy working on something that threatens industries like fossil fuels, solar, oil, like just every single, like the amount of money in those industries, the amount of people who could not be fans of what this guy is doing is like incalculable.
This is the plot of a Keanu Reeves movie? Yes?
It sounds fake.
No, I'm serious. Keanu Reeves movie. What was that? Someone help me in chat.
They're going to shut down the stream. No, that's why we're at the end of the stream, we're going to announce we're going to Hulu.
Chain Reaction, 1996.
Yeah.
Now you have to go watch Chain Reaction, Pete.
It's crazy, though.
You know, maybe this is how the Massachusetts legislation got passed. Is all the sports books and rich and powerful interests were focused on assassinating this guy, and then they didn't have time to have someone go to the commission to protest.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. Do they have any leads?
I haven't seen a single lead on who it is, and I don't even know
either
the particular.
Killed by his gay lover or his mistress. One of the two. That's my guess.
That's where it's like normally in any murder, right? The most likely thing is it's someone close to the individual, a family member, whatever. Except if you are a world-renowned plasma scientist who is working on groundbreaking technologies that could upend the entire economic structure of the world, then maybe there's some other people who might be interested in murdering you.
Hold on, I could solve this case from my desktop probably.
I bet.
How many kids did he have?
I think he had 2 kids.
Oh shit, he's not gay.
Brian, is this is this the angle you're taking? You're saying it was a mistress? It wasn't.
Well, if he got a couple kids, he's probably not gay, or he's less likely to be gay, let's say.
Yeah.
The one-armed man, fucking, there's only one person who could solve this. And he's kind of getting old now, Harrison Ford.
Man. Yeah. It's just, to me, it's great. Like, Brookline's a pretty densely.
3 kids. What a bummer. That's now that he has kids, I thought he was probably a single.
No. Yeah. It's just completely fucked up.
Yeah. We're not designed to hear all the world's tragedies 24/7 in front of us. Like, it's just one day after another of just.
Well, and then on top of it, it's people getting killed. And then before the Nuno stuff was all over my feed, early week, it was who mourned the death better, Republicans when Rob Reiner died, or Democrats when Charlie Kirk died. That was the big debate.
Say again, what was it?
On Twitter, like this past week, every other post were Democrats saying that Republicans were being insensitive to Rob Reiner's death.
Yeah.
And Republicans saying, well, you guys were insensitive to Charlie Kirk's death. That was the gist of every single post on my timeline for about 3.5 days.
Yes. Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep.
In other news though, you mentioned the Massachusetts thing here.
Some good news, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. This was, I think they just held a vote this morning, and the Massachusetts Gaming Commission unanimously approves a new regulation which will require sports betting operators to notify users who are being limited, why they are being limited, and what markets they are limited in. It's the first ever regulation regarding limiting. That seems like a good first step, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, I did a little Googling before we did. The only way to know what's going on is like you really do have to work there and like be involved and like talk to everyone all the stakeholders they call them. But so I did a little Googling. All 3 casinos that I saw in Massachusetts have sports books. They're associated with Caesars and a couple other, can't remember the names, doesn't matter. So they do have online sports books, and it looked like they have brick and mortar sports books too. So I don't get how they passed this, honestly. And I know Foxwoods, they're not in Massachusetts, right? You live there, you know better than I would. but I think they have a lot of influence and they do a lot of donations for people, for some of the politicians in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
So I don't know how, unless Foxwoods doesn't have a book, that online book. Do they?
Yeah.
Are they associated?
I don't think so. At
That
least
might be
back
it.
in the day when I went, they weren't. That could have changed.
So
on course, the one in Mass, yeah. But do you think this? I'm trying to think. It seems like a step in the right direction. I'm thinking in actual practice. Do you think it it'll shine a light on maybe some more of the limiting practices here? You hear stories about people who are like, I had an account for 1 day and I made 2 bets and got limited. Having more of a paper trail on this stuff, we'll see how, I don't know, how fast and loose these guys are actually playing with the limiting.
So really quick, Foxwoods is got to deal with DraftKings.
Oh, okay.
But there you go. And Hank is correct based on my Googling. I think a lot of other states, this is how it works, is states copy other states, especially bigger states like California, Texas, Florida, and Massachusetts and Illinois. They're one of the larger ones, fairly large. Other states will look to what other states done and almost directly copy the legislation. This is a gaming commission, which is actually a good thing, kind of. Because they do have some authority granted by legislation that's already been passed. So at least that's how it works in Illinois. Who knows what the specifics are in Massachusetts. So they can actually get things done, where usually these committees are bullshit. They do votes on stuff all the time and then nothing ever happens because it still needs to get past both chambers and signed by the governor and then be implemented by some agency. And who knows what they're going to do and how they're going to implement it. So this is past all those steps. So that's a good thing. Other states will do it. It's a good thing. Being notified is a good thing, right? Because a lot of times I see guys online get confused, like, oh, I got limited on whatever, down to $3 on, and then they show the slip, and it's like this obscure prop market, and it's like that might just be the market. Like you never know. Like they might only allow $10 on that thing. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Maybe they put a switch on for you or something, but maybe not. Like, are you getting limited on sides and totals? Then you definitely know you're limited. So at least, I think in practice, I don't think it changes much.
Yeah.
Because they're still just going to limit you if you win.
Yeah.
But, it'd be nice too if they required this in the marketing too, for the dummies out there. But I don't think it changes much. In practice, you're still going to get limited. So
and
nothing.
There is something to and there is in lots of fields. Police come to mind too. You got to fill out a ton of paperwork when you're writing something up. If you're limiting someone, like just adding some tedious paperwork to it, maybe even that like just adds an element of like, all right, we're gonna let this slide. I don't want to fill out the paperwork for this guy who got a little bit of CLV on us in some Russian ping pong.
That is a good point. That's definitely possible. Yeah, because then they have to send an email to the person. The guy's gonna respond, and then you got to respond to his email. It's true. My thoughts on the limiting, I'll say again, is I think of a lot of these markets, and I think a lot of the pro guys like Spanky think of it kind of similar too, is they offer such a wide variety, more as like if you think of like a normal business, it's like a sale, like a buy one, get one off, or a coupon or something like that, where maybe they make a few cents, but really they're trying to get more customers in the store to buy other stuff, or they want you to just come there for the first time, or maybe get exposed to it and you come back and spend a lot of money, whatever their angle is. They're not designed for some super bro genius to come in and abuse the buy one, get one free deal and arbitrage them on Amazon and drain their inventory, right? Like they're just like bro, this is just some little bookstore that we have a sale trying to get some more customers in. We're not here for you to like live your life off of, you know?
Yeah.
And it is, you know, it's digital. I don't know how much it costs them to put up some of these smaller markets or whatever, but they're not liquid. They're, you know, leaving aside whether they should be offering these at all to some people, you know, just all that type of morality stuff for a second. I think, like, you know, because if you do this on Kalshi, I mean, I know they solve everything, but if you do this on Kalshi or Polymarket, the pros who originate the lines, they're not going to be doing every single line because they can't even control it, and they don't want to leave it up just in case news changes, and then they're not fast enough to go back and respond to their own line. It's a huge hassle and a problem. So the only way you're getting the Russian ping pong, you know, whatever second half lines or whatever the fuck, some crazy small tiny market, is because they just throw a shit ton of stuff out there.
Yeah,
because they're a sports book, because they're a retail sports book. And so, like, be careful what you wish for, honestly, because if they just stop offering these, you're probably not getting them back at Novig or a prediction market.
Right. No, it's true. It's true. Easy just alerted me to this other thing that I pulled up in the chat here. Another thing that they voted on today. DraftKings had asked the Massachusetts Gaming Commission to void a parlay just under 1,934,000 in winnings off a series of parlay. No. What's that?
And they voted no. Sorry.
They voted no. Yeah. They were made during the 2025 ALCS. The operator says it mistakenly allowed a patron to parlay a series of hit total wagers during the ALCS. That I'm just like, Matt, you want to get out of jail free card? Is this like the bank bailout thing? Yeah. Like, yeah, we fucked up. It was our fault. And also, will you bail us out for this? I mean, unreal to go and be like, we want to be able to avoid this, please.
What's more likely, hitting like a 10-leg parlay like this, or that the gaming commission would side on their side, the non-DraftKings side? That's more shocking to me.
Yeah, and it does say how, yeah, like that's
who's on this gaming commission.
Seriously,
is it like Rufus Peabody and who else lives over in Boston?
Dude, I wonder too. Did they pay it out, or had they not paid it out? That's the other thing.
Oh, I bet they didn't pay it out, because you're not getting it back. They're not getting it. Yeah, they would never get it back. They paid it out.
True. A review of the wagering data showed 27 parlays tied to an error. Of those, 24 would have resulted in full payouts. The book told regulators that a trader mistakenly allowed those total hit. So now they're throwing one of their traders under the bus to be strung together in multi-leg parlays. That's crazy, man. A heated discussion with Paul Harrington of DraftKings occurred Thursday during the meeting before the commissioners' vote. We believe this customer was engaging in fraud and unethical behavior at DraftKings' expense, Harrington said. However, Commissioner Eileen O'Brien blasted Harrington for his characterization of the patron, 2, for making allegations about the patron that were not previously reported to the commission. That seems like that would have been a fun argument to overhear there.
So can you explain what it was, what the bet here? So this is it right here.
Which part?
What actually had includes 5+ hits. As a result, bettors were able to combine multiple. What does that say?
So it's like a ladder, yeah, including 5+ hits, -303, 6+ hits, -105, 7+ plus 235, and 8+ plus 550. Functionally, the parlays created a single inflated wager on Luke's recording 8 or more hits in the series. So he was parlaying essentially a ladder, where it's like, obviously, if he's getting to 8, he has 7, he has 6, but you were getting boosted. It sounds like one of those legs. Yeah,
got it. And so the mistake was that you could parlay the ladder.
That you could parlay the ladder. Yes.
So you could put into your little parlay things that normally wouldn't have been in there.
Yeah.
Trying to think.
And yes, they did leave the wager unsettled pending regulatory guidance and implemented corrective fixes.
Don't you like at a store, like if Best Buy, if they even exist anymore, if Best Buy labels the TV for $5, don't they have to honor that? Or is that just, they just do that out of the goodness of their heart?
Right. I just like, don't they call that? It's just like it's a learning moment. It was a $1 million teachable moment to fix your system. It just is insane to me that you can make mistakes or think that you can make mistakes without any repercussion. Like, in what other avenues of life is that true, where you could just get bailed out because you were sloppy with your code on something?
Well, I think if you were in a small business and that happened, you just declare bankruptcy and don't pay it.
Yeah, right. Oh man.
But yeah, that's okay.
But here's the reason they tried, right? It says the Gaming Commission has let DraftKings off the hook in the past. There was a 6-figure payday on November 30th. They voided 178 bets at DraftKings, which would have cost the site about $500,000. Instead, bettors were refunded their original waivers and given 3x those totals in bonus bets. I'm sure that bet it. This was from a Los Angeles Lakers Nuggets game. They were same game parlays. Incorrect full game totals were posted on players, but should have been just for the quarter. For instance, the full game totals for LeBron that night were 8.5 points, 2.5 rebounds, 6.5 assists. A total of 137 players took advantage of the skewed numbers, and they bet $4,182 in what was called a Black Swan event during November 16th, 2024. Again, like, to me, those seem comparable. I'm kind of surprised that they ruled in favor on one and against in the other.
I wonder if there's, so with the baseball one, it seems like they let the bet go, though. They let it ride and it hit. Like, if you cancel before the game starts, that's fair, right?
Right. It was the same. Yeah.
What about like halfway through the game?
No.
No?
No. Are you allowed to cancel your shitty bet halfway through the game?
No, you are not.
No.
You are not.
And like Easy says, DK gets to free roll it, right? Because they're only dealing with this because he hits it. And if not, they collect his money and move on. Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And also with the limiting, too, I was defending them on like these like obscure props that they might limit people on. But like if they're limiting guys on sides and totals, too.
Yeah.
And like that's not like that. And they don't get to this level of nuance at these commissions, I'm assuming. But that's definitely not right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just surprised that they it seemed like the way they worded this commissioner blasted Harrington for his characterization of the patron. It really feels like they caught the commissioner on the wrong day, or she didn't like the tone he was using or whatnot, because it seems like they waltzed in thinking like, oh, you're going to do what you did for us previously and let us off the hook for this. And she's like, I don't like your tone, young man. You will pay out that $1 million.
What was the guy's name? John O'Brien? Her nephew? Eileen's nephew. She's she must be related to this guy somehow. Yeah, let's see what she looks like.
Okay. Here's Eileen O'Brien. Do not mess with her.
Actually, let's meet those commissioners. Okay, so they're pretty young.
Jordan Maynard. Yeah, he looks.
Oh, him. He gave a little speech.
Yeah. She was appointed in 2018.
By the way, the people who know the least about gaming are generally on your state's gaming commission, just so you know.
Yeah, what is that? Is that like do they just want a seat at any table within the government and it's like this seat's open? Or is it like you have a passion for the gaming commission?
No, none of that bullshit, Pete. You're way too optimistic. It's probably the same way Illinois is. Almost all these are dictated by statute, and they're odd numbers. purposely. So it's like 5 or 7 or something like that. And the appointees are divvied up among the seats of power in your legislature. So there'll be the governor can appoint 1, the speaker of the House can appoint 2, the Senate president can appoint 2. Or it depends. Like if it's related to another agency, they might let like the treasurer or the comptroller or someone appoint 1 or 2. So it depends. Or like if it's a health related thing, it might be like your Health and Human Services or whatever your agency is called in your state. And so those people appoint their allies. And it's completely backwards. So like to be on the Illinois Gaming Commission, you can't gamble. Like that's part of the rules. To be on the Illinois Gaming Commission, you can't gamble. Like you can't.
So you're only going to have. Yeah.
You can't even do your.
Well, but Pritzker gets a carve out.
Pritzker's busy, man. He's making it in high stakes of high society right now. But so like they don't know anything about gaming by default because they're not even allowed to gamble. And the people that you put on there are your allies. So like I know someone who was appointed to the Illinois Gaming Commission and he resigned, and the guy who appointed him was pissed off. He's like, now I lose that seat now. Thanks a lot, asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so
this is the other guy.
Like what you would think.
This looks like a young hotshot lawyer here for DraftKings, Peter Harrington. This kid looks like he's what? He can't be older than like 36, 35.
He looks like he should start like a DFS company or something, doesn't he?
Yeah, don't make me sign in to LinkedIn here. But there you go. Peter Harrington. I do like just picturing, you get to picture Eileen lighting into this.
Oh, she doesn't like Eileen does not like Peter. You could just tell.
No.
That guy just someone just like him broke up with her in college and she is still fucking bitter about it. She's not going to hear it from Peter.
Yeah. But it is so is this surprising in that are these commissioners, are they the ones that the lobbyists are constantly trying to go after, to curry favor from for these rulings ultimately? Is that how the sausage gets made?
I don't know. I don't know if they'd go that far. That might be a bridge too far for the lobbyist even. What you would do is you'd call their benefactor. So whoever was Eileen's, so she would be appointed.
She was appointed by Attorney General Maura Healey. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see if they all work. Because it's like that makes sense. Like the Attorney General might get the Secretary of State might get an appointee. It depends on the commission and like however your state does their agency setup.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is like who knows, but like so you would contact the Attorney General. Like if you're a powerful lobbyist, you're already friends with the Attorney General. So you would go, hey Bob, Eileen's got a big vote coming out. You know she's gonna vote or whatever. You know. Yeah.
So, and like you said, with her not being a gang, she was previously with the Special Investigations and Narcotics Division. So this must have just been a cushier gig, pay jump.
And she was at the AG's office. So there you go. Could you see the other appointees?
These guys, the commissioners?
Yeah. Like what is Bradford Hill? Who appointed him?
Appointed minority whip.
So he was he was a state legislator.
He was appointed to the commissioner by Governor Charlie Baker, AG Maura Healey.
So the governor appointed him. So they do exactly the same way we do. So the Attorney General gets 1. It looks like maybe 2. The governor gets 1.
Yeah.
Who got her on there?
By State Treasurer Deborah Goldberg.
The treasurer okay.
And another AG or by
so the
Governor
AG,
Maura Healey.
The AG has the power here. That's why you do it odd.
Yeah.
You always want it odd, and then you always make it so it's in your benefit. So like if you're a Democrat state like here, you do 3-2, 2 Democrat seats, 3 Democrat, 2 Republican. You're like, look, we're bipartisan. There's Democrats on the commission, Pete. Somehow they never win, but
Do you think they maybe have like a weekly poker night just to get the gambling out of their system? You know, they're around it, but not allowed to. A little home game there.
Probably not. None of these people look like gamblers, to tell you the truth.
Oh yeah, Brian. I mentioned this at the top of the show. I mean, we really buried the lead. Did you advance any second place teams to the Best Ball Mania semifinals?
Like I did last year. I got so far last year too, and I was robbed.
Yeah.
I didn't. Are you still alive, Pete?
I got 3. I got 3 through, which was slightly above expectation for how many I advanced. I will say I think we drafted 2 teams on lulls all summer, maybe one at the beginning, one at the end. One of the teams made it to the first round, but it flamed out. But that would have been fun for lulls to
yeah, I doubt we're taking Kyle Pitts, are we?
We can go look. We can go see.
I'm just thinking like neither of us really care about Kyle Pitts.
I think it might have had DeAndre Swift on it, who ended up being a huge,
I was probably putting Bear stack, yeah. God, what a bust that was.
I mean,
if you would have told me that they were 10-4, Dunze would have, a horrible year. Caleb Williams would be like below average.
Yeah.
Swift's actually, he was fairly solid for fantasy.
Okay, here it was, Brian. We finished in 12th place. Our team scored 93 points last week. We were only, just about 80 points off of advancing. It was because we had 0 points at quarterback. Or more or less. I mean, Mahomes got hurt. So we had Mahomes, Geno Smith. We did have Swift. I knew that. CMC and Swift were all we had because, man, we took some flyers at running back. Tank Bigsby, Jaden Blue, Keaton Mitchell, Rashard Smith. Marvin Harrison, who didn't play, George Pickens, who flamed out, Rashee Rice, who died with Mahomes, and then a bunch of other darts. We did have Luther Burden, Brock Bowers, and Isaiah Likely. Yeah, this team.
Not a week.
I can't believe it advanced, honestly.
No, I can't even believe it made the playoffs. And we were dead anyways. Mahomes. And is Smith starting at all? Geno, I think he's going to start back this week. He didn't play last week, but I think he's beginning. So I guess we would have at least been alive.
Yes.
Let's see your best team, Pete.
So yeah, it's interesting. I think my best team's probably this one. It's only going to have one quarterback though, because Tua is benched. But the one quarterback's Josh Allen, which is a good.
That's good
quarterback to have. And then it has like Achane, Kyron Williams, Tyrone Tracy, which is a decent running back trio. Amon-Ra, Olave.
Touchdown or 2 one day. You never know.
Well, Tootin's out. He's out
is he hurt?
2 weeks. Yeah, he had like I think it was like a broken finger or something. I actually don't know if this is my best one here. Actually, it's this one. This one that I labeled "Don't Discuss." It has your boy Caleb Williams. Okay. Caleb Williams, Sam Darnold, Jackson Dart.
I don't hate that.
It has Josh Jacobs, James Cook, Tracy, Ramondre Stevenson, and Pacheco.
Okay.
So four decent running backs, I would say, between Jacobs, Cook, Tracy, and I guess Pacheco and Stevenson amount to 1. And then this has this one hurts because Rashee Rice, I think, is going to sit this week with a concussion.
Oh,
but it has Jamar Chase and Wan'Dale Robinson, Jerry Jeudy. Actually, I hate all these teams now that I think about it, Brian. It does have Trey McBride, who's been awesome.
Did Kyle Williams score a touchdown last week?
No, it was a few weeks ago. He did. He showed a little signs of life. The team, and I'm going to be doing the bash here in about 25 minutes. I drafted this one with Neil when I did the first bash of the year. This one stings because it's probably the best team, but then Adams is probably not going to play this week. And then it doesn't have Travis Hunter or Ayuk. So it's down to like 4 wide receivers. So
in my home league, I'm advancing. I'm 1 away from the Super Bowl with a lot of injuries. Travis Hunter, Laporta.
Is it a best ball or did you cut?
Just a home league. Regular home league,
Yeah.
Starts it.
Yeah. All right, Brick. I got to squeeze in one thing. the show is a few minutes early. The bash is going to be a few minutes early. That's going to kick off at 2:45. Run the Sims. Yuta is back in the saddle with us tomorrow on the show. We still got that 50% off first payment with promo code Pete. If you guys want to check out Run the Sims here for this playoff stretch. Anything else on your end, Brian?
We added a little bit of updates to the Shady Portfolio tool.
Okay.
So you could do 2 sets now. So you can have, like, if you're doing a 150 max and like a 3 max, you could separate those two.
Okay. Nice.
Still need some stuff I'm going to do in the we'll eventually do in the off season to make it even more useful. But did that, and NBA is pretty much going to be, it's free right now, but we're probably going to go live in the next couple days.
Dope. Go check it out. I will see you guys in a bit for the bash. If not, I will see you guys tomorrow for Block Party Bully the Sims and Off and On the Clock. We appreciate all of you loyal listeners to Lulz, and we know that you guys will follow us to Amazon Prime when we go behind the paywall here for our 8-figure Lulz deal. I'm Pete for Brick. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.